guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to part 3 of my chat with Hoang. In this episode, we talk about some really interesting and really important stuff. Phi starts a brand new life adventure and a new job where he really starts to get a good feeling that he is putting his life on track, but he remembers always having a huge smile on his face as he does, but trying to keep up this image of being the fun party guy while deep down he continued to battle with his weight and his mental health, and he went through some really low moments, but then his perspective changed. So we end this episode with some pretty deep life talks, not being defined by your job title and trying to find value outside of your work. We dive into all the added pressure to be a certain way these days, and especially social media and comparing ourselves to other people, and then finally things happening in life that turn you away from what you thought was your dreams, and so much more. So I know that's a lot of deep stuff, but thank you again for tuning in to part 3, and here's the rest of my chat with Phi.
2015, I speak to a friend. She comes to see me at my new restaurant. She's like, yo, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to travel. I want to chill. I want to work. Like, I want to just enjoy some time right now. And she's like, I work for Fireball Whiskey. We are hiring, and there is a perfect job for you. What you do, you travel and you party. I was like, no fucking way. Had the interview, got the job on the spot. That changed my life completely. That was like one of the scariest moments of my life, but it felt unbelievably right.
Why was it so scary?
One, I never worked for corporate America. Let's be real. I'm a restaurant kid. I'm a hospitality kid. That's what I've known all my life. I had nail salons growing up. You know what I mean? I know how to give service. I don't know how to use an expense account, use Outlook, send emails on a regular basis. Corporate nature, corporate structure never really gave me that fire. But this opportunity was something I couldn't pass. Travel, party. That fucking set everything off. Some of the toughest and best 3 years of my life. I knew going into this job I had a 3-year lifespan for me. I set that from the get-go. I knew that I would have issues balancing life work. I knew how I liked to party when I was younger. And when you're in another city, you're by yourself, you're making friends. I swipe this card, I buy everybody at the bar shot. That's the power I had. To me, that was power. To anyone, that's power. My mental, my physical, my emotional took a fucking turn. Found myself in a position where I was like my early 20s. I was just drinking a lot, not working out, not eating good. Again, expense account, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta control it or it controls you. It controlled me.
So when you're at Fireball and you talk about these amazing nights where you're surrounded by people and you're bringing the energy and you're the source of that, externally, that looks amazing. Like, how are you during these times, internally feeling?
The first year and a half, I was good. It was still fun. It was still new. It was still fresh. Then after, I knew time was coming up. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just shelf this shit now. So I had a conversation with my bosses and was like, look, I can't do this no more. I gotta put in my 3 weeks or my month. And they were just like, okay, cool, not a problem. What's going on? I'm like, I'm just burnt out. I can't balance this shit no more. It's time. I took about a year and a half off from everything. I do the turtle shell and hide a lot. It's not healthy, but it's healthy. I took a year and a half off and I didn't work. I cut back on my drinking. I started reading a lot of self-help books. I traveled.
And how old were you at this point?
29, 30, or 31, right in there.
And did you have any idea of what you wanted to do?
No. The only thing I wanted was to be healthier. That is it. I didn't care what it was going to take to do that. I didn't care what I had to do. It didn't matter. I just wanted to be healthy. I wanted to feel good in my skin. So I got my health to a point where I was in the 200, 190 range, and I was running once a week, and doing pretty well. It was just a process of, all right, dude, don't crush your soul because you're eating, a chicken finger. Just give yourself some grace. Enjoy it, but don't overindulge. So balance was the big word of those few years. That's when I really started to cultivate a relationship with food, alcohol, and myself, really. Understanding that, yo, dude, like, you can have all these things, but you got to work for them. Like, you actually got to give a shit again. Like, you can't just brush that shit under the rug, because this is what happens when you do. I started to enjoy seeing a new me, taking progress pictures, posting online, because most people knew me as that heavy dude. I also rocked a fade all of my life, short hair all my life, and then I grew my hair out. I didn't know I could grow a beard. I grew my beard out. So I'm literally building 2.0 version of me. And it's really cool to look back and see like how far you go, because we fail to realize that sometimes, that like, yo, you made it so far already. Like, don't forget that, like, what you did to get to this point. When you're trying to chase the next point, like, realize that, yo, you dropped almost 100 pounds. You changed your habits. You change your thinking process. That's really what it comes down to. The physical is the first gift you get when you change your mental. I'm a little bit heavier right now. I'm in like the 215 range right now, but I'd rather be 215 right now than where I was 185 10 years ago, because I'm a different mindset. That's how I got to the current health and fitness world, or the health and fitness mindset that I'm at.
And it took a long way. Throughout, you made it sound like you didn't really know what you wanted other than to be healthier. And so maybe that like is your ultimate driver, your ultimate goal. It doesn't have to be, I want to get this job, or I want to be like this rich. And it comes down to something simply as my health. And sometimes that turns into a job. Sometimes that can turn into.
And that's what it did. It turned into a job. Sometimes it just doesn't need to be about money. It wasn't about money at that point. At that point, it was about, all right, am I going to live past my parents? Am I going to live, if I have a family, when I have a family, am I going to be, living long enough to watch my kids grow up? I always tell people the late 20s, that's when like things really start to shift. Your 20s, you get to really play, kind of fuck up, kind of do like stupid shit and not have any repercussions. Your 30s, you kind of reel it all in, and then you fucking catapult yourself to the next level. That, at least for me.
Yeah. So what is what's your advice to someone who's in their early 20s that thinks that they need to have it all figured out?
I think you got to give yourself grace, man. But go try things. Go try everything. You can do anything and everything these days. Like growing up for me, it was like, my parents, came over from Vietnam. So like the war-torn country, they only knew how to survive. And the only way at that time they knew how to make sure we had good lives was to push us to go through school. I'm not saying education is not worth it. Education is worth it, but education comes in different forms now. Shoot your shot, yo. Like, don't be scared, because that's what I was. I was scared. I was scared for a long time. I still am. I'm still trying to shake it.
I screenshotted 2 of your Instagram captions that like really hit home for me because I did a little deep dive. And
oh my God.
This was July 20th, 2019. I'm a creep. Sometimes your energy is messed up. You have those bad days that seem like they may not end. The days when the amount of bad things are endless. Listen to me. Take a step back, close your eyes, shake that bad vibe out of your soul, and dance it out. Move with intention. Then before you know it, your day seems brighter. Slowly but surely, your frown turns into a smile. Life isn't so bad after all. It was just a phase.
Damn right.
That was so beautiful. And like, that was a nice transition to what you said. But I think you were predicting the freaking future. It seems like these bad days will never end. Dude, like right now, seems like this shit's never going to end. But like you said, there were phases in your life that you were in a pretty low place, and maybe those days felt like they weren't necessarily going to end, but you had your up.
Yeah, you gotta keep fighting, right? Once you stop, you die. You know what I mean? Once you give up, then you kind of give yourself up. It comes back to what you said in the beginning as well, right? You're like, how do I stay so positive about things, right? When I'm in a position where I feel like the world is against me and I can't climb out, I think about all the people that got it worse than me. Our bad is infinitely still so much better than a majority of the world's bad. I think that helps me keep in perspective that like these days will pass.
Where are you at now? Like, what are your goals now?
I know for a fact that I want out of the restaurant industry. That's my first and foremost. I'm going to say that out loud now. I've been saying it loud now more so recently because I need to and want to manifest this. I need a break from it. Health and fitness is on my world as well. I want the freedom to work when I want. I want the freedom to not have a bill hanging over my head saying that I can't do this or can't do that. But I also want to give back to my community. And then just taking care of my family. You know what I mean? Like, my brother, my mother, my father, they're getting, well, my mother and father, of course, are getting a little bit older. You know what I mean? They work, that's all they know how to do is work. So what do I need to do to set them up so that they don't have to work as much? And then I want to build a family. You know, I want to find somebody to travel with and build with. That's my next steps because I'm getting older.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if you had dreams in the restaurant industry, whether it's opening up your own restaurant or something like that, but I can tell that it's sometimes hard to say these things out loud when you think you've had a dream for so long and then you start to come to the realization, like, maybe that isn't my dream anymore. I mean, for me personally, I had such tunnel vision in college and out of college that, like, I want to be a sports reporter. That is it. That's all I know. That's all I want to do. And so I did that in college, and it's all I thought that I would be good at. And now, of course, COVID and being unemployed has given me a fuck ton of time to think. And I'm like, there's so much else out there, but I don't know what else is out there because this is the only thing I've ever built a path for me, and that's all I've ever known for myself.
All right, if I can give you an advice right now, you need to hold on to your dreams because that's what pushes you to get to the next level. I think you can't give up that dream until you know in your heart that you want to give up that dream.
And I don't want to give up something because it's too hard. I would only want to give it up if it's just not my dream anymore.
So then you just answer your own question. You're not going to give it up. You just haven't found your way to wiggle in yet. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's going through the front door, what you would consider the front door. You might have to hop the fence. Maybe you bring a ladder, fucking climb over, or maybe you fucking bring wire cutters and you snip through. All right, so to piggyback on that as well, like, I feel as though that I am meant for something very large. There's no other way to explain it. I don't know exactly how. I don't know where. I don't know which realm. But I do feel as though I am meant for more than just slinging drinks or feeding people food. And no, there's no offense to that because I know a lot of business owners that have done amazing things and you can still get back to your, community and stuff like that. I just think for me, it is on a different vehicle. So I haven't given up that dream yet, which I don't really know exactly what it is.
You know the feeling that you want to have. I think that's part of a goal. Is I can say out loud that I'm confident that I want to be in a position where I'm leading people or I'm like with a group of people, where some people might not be able to say that. So I do get excited to come to that realization, like, okay, I know I want this certain thing, but I do get freaked out. Like, I need to be on a path right now.
Excuse me, 25? Fuck out of here. Yo, you need to chill. You need to be like, all right, so that feeling that you have, right? I'm about to turn this on you. The feeling that you have that you like know you want, right? Anytime you feel that feeling, you walk towards it, period. It doesn't matter about money, it doesn't matter about nothing. You know that this is the feeling you want, you take steps towards it. I'm an individual that doesn't necessarily have that clear picture, and that's something I battle with. I have so much shit going on in my mind that I'm trying to zero in so that I have that clear picture. Because once I have that clear picture, nothing's stopping me.
Yeah, I mean, that's what everyone strives for, is to at least have that clear picture. And that's where I feel like I used to have that, but this past year has fogged it up a lot, and I get the noise of, do I need to go back to school? Do I need to get another degree so I can make better money? And I have all this noise around me that it's fogging up that clear vision that I used to have. You're getting to a really good point where it's like, number one, we need to relax as millennials, because it seems like everyone else has their shit figured out. Like, why am I the only one stressing? But no, everyone, like, no one has a clear picture.
And even the ones that look like they have their clear picture ain't got that shit figured out. We're so caught up in comparison because of fucking internet. Dude, I should be here. I should be there. I should be here.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head with social media, because we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people. But you are literally seeing everyone else's highlight reel. You want to make everyone else think that you got your shit together when behind the scenes you're like, what is going on? I was thinking that all my happiness was coming from my job, and I thought that all my worth was what my job was and what my job title said, and that's where I was like, I'm only going to be happy if my job title says this. And it didn't say that at the time, so I'm like, I'm worthless.
That's just the societal standards.
Yeah.
There's a very freeing feeling when you understand that your value doesn't come from your title or your job.
Where do you find your value now?
I'm looking for it right now. I find my value in being that light for people. That probably makes me the happiest. When I can sit and have a conversation with somebody and they're just like, holy shit, like I didn't see it that way before, and like I never would have looked at it this way, or wow, that's a really good idea, maybe I should try that. Or like when people come to me just kind of looking for advice, something like I kind of ran away from for a while, but now I'm kind of coming back towards. I think that's where like I find the most of my value now.
And the biggest key with that is that's not even part of your job. That is who you are as a human being. My dad made a really good point a long time ago, because he's freaking helicopter pilot saving people off of roofs, and so he had a very rewarding job where he was literally directly impacting someone's life. And he's like, it's a very rewarding job, but I know guys that are like shit human beings, but they have what looks like a very wholesome job. When on the other hand, you could be an accountant where you're not saving people's lives, but you could be a really great person and you're giving others your time and helping others, and it doesn't have to come from your job title.
My best friend said it. He's like, yo, a job is a job. A job is for you to make money so you can do the shit that you want to do. Simple as that. You got to remember that. Now, there are those individuals that work hard and get lucky at the same time, where they find their passions and they're able to do their job as their passion, vice versa, and make a lot of money off of it. I think it's feasible. I think it's about where you are, who you are as a person. For that, some people want it separated, some people prefer it together. It just depends on who you are. You gotta find it.
We're all looking for it.
Bro, you ain't lying, shit. I've been looking for it, but I'm gonna still keep looking for it.
Like I said, bring all the positive vibes that I need. This wasn't even a podcast. I just wanted you to give me life advice for an hour and a half. Gotcha.
Okay.
Because we all need a little life dose, you know what I mean? Like I had a conversation the other night with one of my guys. He was like, dude, I saw you during the fireball time. Didn't know where you were gonna go. And then I watched you climb out of it, and like it's fucking so sick. Like you have an idea, but like I still know that you're still trying to find your way, but you have a way better idea than before. And he's like, yo, dude, you just wanna fucking empower people. I was like, no shit. Like it was a ding ding. I might have been a little drunk too, but like I was like, if I can fucking stand in your corner and push you or help you get to a certain goal or a certain place in life, I think I've done my job. Like it's so weird. Like I never said that out loud before.
I'm the first to hear it. And how does that feel to say it out loud?
It feels good because it's like, it gives me more of a clear sense of how to go or where to go, where I need to be putting my eggs. Fear is the leading thought in my head. I'm just scared to do whatever the fuck it is I want to do. And I have all these ideas, but ideas ain't shit without action. I got some fucking fire ideas, but I'm just sitting here, turtle, scared little turtle.
Yeah. I mean, fear is a big driver and definitely holds me back from a lot of things, but improv helps, where we just make things up as we go, just like life.
I can be whatever the fuck I want. If I want to be a basketball or a plant, I can be a plant.
Let's be plants. Seems like the life.
Yeah, just sit in the corner, chill, give off oxygen.
Empower people to breathe.
Damn right.
You are, be a plant. Be your inner plant. Oh, man. Well, thank you for spreading your insight and good vibes and your stories, because I know you've been through a lot. So I am so thankful, and I'm sure so many people will, relate to a lot of this and find value in it.
Thanks for having me. That was so much fun.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much to Fee for sharing his inspiring story and reminding all of us that we are all on different paths and it's okay to not have it all figured out. So for some good vibes, some fitness inspiration, and all around super happy content, follow Fee on Instagram at feedme. I get it. I see what you did there. That's spelled PHIID_ME on Instagram. Here you go, Fee. You're welcome. But thanks, guys. Until next time.